Hello, welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over how to graph a linear line on a coordinate plane. So we're gonna basically have start with this example. We have information about the line that is passing through these 2 points, and then we are going to basically figure out the equation of the line, and then we're gonna go ahead and plot that line here on this graph, like few points. So to start with this, we need to find out the slope and the y-intercept of the line. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. So here we have our x1, which is the smaller x value. So x1 is this right here, and this is y1, and this is x2, and this is y2. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and find out the slope. Slope is, we have m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is basically the rise, the change in the y over change in the x, which is the 1. So we go ahead and plug in the information that we have. Y2 is 3 minus y1 is negative 3, and then we divide by the run, which is x2 minus x1. So x2 is 1 minus 2. This is parentheses, I'm sorry, right here. This is parentheses. All right, now we go ahead and simplify this. We have 3, that's 3, minus times negative 3 would be plus 3, divided by, we have 1, minus 1 times, this negative times negative, when you multiply it becomes positive, and then we have 2 here. So we have this thing equals 6 over 3, which is equal to 2. So the slope of the line is 2. Okay. Now, if you have to find the equation of the line, then you can use this information and find out the equation of the line. But you can just use this information and using one of these points to graph the line as well. But let's find out the slope, the y-intercept as well. So we have actually the full equation of the line. So we know that y equals mx plus b. Mx plus b, this is the generic form. And from here we can actually go ahead and plug in the information that we have. We know y equals m is 2x plus b. So the only unknown we have here is the y-intercept, this b right here. Now we're going to take one of these 2 points and plug in here. So let's take the second point. So y is 3 equals m is 2 and x is 1 plus b. Now this becomes 3 equals 2 plus b. And then we go ahead and solve for b by subtracting 2 on both sides. We just separate b or isolate b. So this is gone. B equals 3 minus 2 would be 1. So now we have the equation of the line y equals 2x plus 1. Okay. Now when b is 1, that is your y-intercept. So that means y-intercept. Okay. Y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So when b is 1, that means the line is crossing the y-axis at 1 right here. So what is this point then? The point is then your x value is 0 because it's crossing the y-axis. So all the value on this, along this y-axis is 0. Y-axis 0. So everything here you put, the y value is going to be 0 no matter wherever you put on the y-axis. So y-axis. So we go ahead and say this is 0, 1. That's our y-intercept right here. Now we can use this information and then we kind of like, use our slope to go to the next point. So we know the slope is 2. So that means for every rise over run. So 2, and we can write it as for every 1 unit in the x direction, the graph moves 2 units in the y direction. That's the rise over run. So if we took this one, we move 1 unit here to the x direction, our y value is going to be up by 2 units. So if I move 1 to, see this is 1 right here. So from here to here I move to 1, the y value is going to move by 2. So the next point is going to be right there. And if I move 1 unit here, the y value is going to go up by 2. And 1 here, and y value is going to go up by 2. Similarly, if we move 1 unit to the left, the y value is going to go down by 2 as well. We go 1 to the left, y value goes by 2 right there. So this is basically, if you connect it, I'm not that good in drawing. I think I made a little mistake. Or these are not right. Okay. Okay. If we move 1 unit to the left here, we go 2 units down. So the point should have been right here. 1 unit to the left and 2 units down. The point should have been right here. Now this is the correct one. I made a mistake earlier. So here we go. This is the equation. This is the graph of the line that corresponds to this equation, y equals 2x plus 1. All right, now let's go ahead and do the next example. Here we have same thing. We have 2 points. We want to graph this line on this coordinate plane. So here I'm going to make them into x and y first. Your x is -3, your y is 0. Your x is -1, your y is 2, So we're going to bring from a function form to just a regular form. So now we go ahead and mark these two. So x, this is your x1, the corresponding y value is y1, this is x2, and this is y2. Now we calculate the slope, m, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 2 minus y1 is 0. All right. And x2 is -1 minus x1 is 3. So we have 2 minus 0 is just 0. 2 minus 0 is just 2. And in the denominator we have -1. And negative times negative is plus 3, so it's 2 over 2, which is equal to 1. So the slope is 1, m equals 1. All right, and once we know the slope, we can write our slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And we can plug in the slope here. Y equals 1x plus b. I just plugged in slope for m, so this becomes y equals x plus b. Because once there's 1, we can eliminate it. We can just leave it without 1. It's automatically understood that there is a 1 right here. The slope is 1. Now we go ahead and plug in one of that point that we have and solve for b. So I'm going to plug in the first point. So the y value is 0 equals m is just 1, right? And x is -3 plus b. So now we can go ahead and simplify this. 0 equals -3 plus b. And now we just add 3 on both sides. And b is equal to 3. So we have y equals x plus 3. Okay. So our y-intercept is 3, so we put that right there. Okay. 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 right here. Okay. Now we can use the slope that we have to find out more points on this line. So if we go 1 unit to the, this is 1, this is 3, 4, this is 5. So we start from here, we go 1 unit to the right, 1 unit up, because the slope is 1. So rise over rise is 1. That means if we move 1 unit to the right, the graph is going to also move 1 unit up because the slope is 1. Right here, 1 unit to the right, 1 up, 1 to the right, 1 up. Similarly, 1 to the left, 1 down, 1 to the left, 1 down, 1 to the left, 1 down, 1 to the left, 1 down right here. So this is how the graph of this line looks like. I'm not good at drawing. I'm going to try it one more time. Oh, my bad. Maybe it's better this way, from top to the bottom. There we go. Perfect. All right. So this is how it looks like. So our slope is 1. Our y-intercept is 3, 0, 3. And our x-intercept is also -3. Okay. So this is our x-intercept right here. Intercept, which is the point where the graph crosses the x-axis. All right. And the y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. Hopefully this helps.